CNT125. We're working on our inner VLAN lab. We just got done with the switch configuration. We saved our config, and you might want to even save your packet tracer file. I think I'm doing here file, save as, and I'm going to give this guy a name of like demo, so I know this is the demonstration hookup that I'm doing. Okay, now that we have the switch done, let's move on to the router. Again, I can just click on here and do the command line interface tab, and that's going to basically console me in. Enable config T. This time there's a lot of similarity in our commands from the switch to router, so think back to your subnet lab you did last week with your commands. We're going to do a lot of similar things here. So let's give this thing a name first. So host name, we'll do I'll do 2011 router kind of thing. We now need to, we did some interface config previously for our subnets. We're now going to do what's called sub-interfaces. Each sub-interface is going to represent a VLAN. So we're going to create a sub-interface to represent VLAN 10. We're going to create a sub-interface to represent VLAN 20 and a sub-interface to represent VLAN 30. So to do that, the first thing we need to do, I'm going to slide this over here. We need to indicate which interface we're going to use. So interface FA0/0 is the one we're using. That's the one we have cabled to the switch. We have 00 cabled to the switch. Okay. If your interfaces are not showing, remember options, preferences, always show port labels. Okay. As I do that, that shows the port labels. Apple people, I think it's under edit preferences kind of thing, but you're looking for the preferences to turn that on. Okay. So I'm going to indicate the fast Ethernet 00 port, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to say I'm not putting an IP address on here, but I want this port turned on so that I can configure other addresses. We'll exit out, and now we're going to create the sub-interface for each VLAN. Okay, so we'll say interface FA0/0.1 for VLAN 1. Okay, if we were configuring VLAN 20, it'd be .20. If we were configuring VLAN 31, it'd be .31. Okay, so .1. I'm going to use a description here. I don't have to do this. This is just an extra thing as an admin that might be helpful. I'm going to say router interface admin VLAN 1. I literally can put anything behind the description I want. It's for me, the administrator, working on this. I'm then going to indicate the encapsulation. Encapsulation .1Q. Now, that is for IEEE 802.1Q for frame tagging. So I'm going to indicate .1Q, and I need to indicate my VLAN number. In this case, it's VLAN 1. I got ahead of myself. Encapsulation .1Q 1 for VLAN 1. So please frame tag that it belongs to VLAN 1. I'm now going to put the IP address on, 172.16. I'm going to refer to my map. This gets 0.1. 0.1 followed by the subnet mask. And we then have that guy done. We're going to say exit, and we're going to repeat for the other sub interfaces. Okay, I can use the up arrow. I just need to pay attention when I'm typing. .10 for sub interface 10 for VLAN 10. I'll use the up arrow for description, and we'll say router interface staff VLAN 10. You notice I just kind of abbreviated that a little bit. We need the encapsulation .1Q 10, and I need the IP address, and I'll edit that to 64.1 for that subnet, that interface for that subnet. Okay, exit. Let's do 20.20 for VLAN 20. Let's do description, and this is voice VLAN 20. We're going to do encapsulation .1Q 20, and then we'll do the IP address. This guy is 128.1. Again, I'm just looking at my numbers right here, 128.1. Exit. Let's do the third one, and I'm going to do it out of order here in just a second so you can see an error that you might encounter. So there's our VLAN 30, .30 for VLAN 30, .30 for VLAN 30. Let's do the description. We need this to be wireless VLAN 30. Wireless VLAN 30. Now let me try to put the IP address in first, and I'll show you the area that will occur. We're going to do 192.1. That's the address right here. When I go to do this, it's like I can't do this yet. It doesn't know what to do. We need to do the encapsulation first. So this does actually matter. I need to do the encapsulation dot 1Q30 for VLAN 30. And now when I do the IP address, it goes, oh, I understand. It needs to know what is it doing with this thing. We're doing IEEE 802.1Q for frame tagging for this interface. So I need that in there first, otherwise it gives you an error. That's going to happen. Every now and then I get excited and get things out of order. So I every now and then get that the error myself, and I'm like, oh, slow down. Okay, so we have all the sub-interfaces in. We'll do exit. We're going to do copy, run, start. Okay, and I might even want to come up here and again save this real quick. I'm going to go back to my router. Let's do a show run, and let's see what we have. There's my router name, spacebar. There's the fast Ethernet 00, no IP address, but it's turned on. You see the blinky link lights over there, green blinky link lights, you know it's on. Here's the subinterface.1. You'll notice it went to native. Yes, that's the native VLAN. It's like, okay, you don't need to do anything special. It's like, okay, I got it, gotcha. But we'll double check our numbers, okay? VLAN 10, .1Q10, 64.1. And I'm just looking for anything typo-wise that doesn't add up. 20, 20, 20, 128.1. Down here we need 30, 30, 30, 30, 192.1. Excellent. And I'm not using the other interface right now, so that's not an issue. We're good. The router is now configured, and we have everything configured, and I'm even seeing blinky link lights. If I were to go to physical tab, I'm seeing blinky link lights here as well. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So that has been done. When we come back in the next podcast, we'll get the workstations in here and do some testing on these links.